Hey, Eric here at fpspecialist.com, talking about the engineering class. Another noob guide for you. If you're a noober honcho out there, check this shit out because it will blow your mind. But really, in all seriousness, engineering class, really good. Close quarters, man, love it for close quarters, really. If you need just fast kills up in someone's face, these are the weapons you want. Engineering carbines for the most part. I mean, there a lot of times I don't attempt to do anything that's too long range because the result isn't that great in the end, but man, you're running and gunning, that's like my favorite thing to do, especially with all these close quarters maps. I will run and gun with every one of these engineering weapons. I mean, a lot of people like using assault, maybe some port sometimes. I mean, everything really, but I think it's the best. You have a lot of guns with a high rate of fire. Yeah, as you'll see in most of these clips, I'm using all kinds of different weapons, different ranges, different situations. I mean, if you get used to these guns, you're going to take someone down faster than they will you. Unless, of course, they're using a shotgun. That's probably the only time that I come across someone else who's going to beat me close range is all those noobs you see that run around, spray the shotgun in your face. Well, that kill was not very fair, but really, I mean, even something like the M4A1, I find myself giving it a little burst, and it can still be pretty effective at long range. Kills, 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 kills. I do love these weapons. I felt like I was lost in the beginning. I used to play on Xbox. I just felt like I couldn't get a feel for any engineering weapons. Like back in the day, Bad Company 2, a lot of engineering weapons were really nice, but I'm finally getting a feel for them on Battlefield 3, and it's, you know, it's turning out pretty good. Now these weapons can be great, you know, but to talk about the actual role of the engineer is, in its name obviously, the engineer, you want to always be, you know, getting repairs on vehicles. Look at this, squad repair, you get 20, 20, 20, you're getting ribbons, you're getting medals, you're getting points, and you're doing your job mostly. If you can keep a tank up while he's in a battle with another tank, if the other tank doesn't have an engineer, you already have the upper hand, simply put. You know, if you're in a tank doing something, some guy messes with your tank, just hop out real quick. You're gonna have to search for him probably for a little bit, but then you can repair your tank back up and keep moving. If you can pull it off, plop your chopper down, get it back up, and then just hop back in, keep rolling. I mean, I find myself using the torch in most situations. I mean, you can even jump behind a guy and kill him if you want. But most of the time, I like to just back tanks up. You don't want to be in front of it or on the side of it mostly, obviously. Get behind it. So just get behind it. I mean, if he moves up, he's obviously causing a problem for himself, but if he moves back, he'll just push you back. To start talking about equipment, first off, we have the Javelin. It's more powerful than the RPG, but it's annoying sometimes when you gotta sit there, wait, and lock on. If I get a hit on a guy, I'll have to move to another location just to make sure that I can lock on him again and keep pounding him down. Like I said, I don't like to mess around too much with it. If he pops some smoke or something happens or he gets behind some cover, I gotta relock on, go for it again. And you have less rockets than you would in RPG, so a lot of times I won't use the Javelin unless of course someone is using a SOFLAM, because if a recon guy has a SOFLAM and he locks onto a target and paints it, or if a vehicle paints it, you can get an instant Javelin off, and then you'll be able to just take guys out quickly, especially if air vehicles, if they have a ECM jammer, flares, you know, it's a good way to bypass all of that. Haha! Talk about the anti-aircraft rockets. Another thing, I don't like using that often, to be honest. I mean, these guys will fly around, pop their flares, you're gonna have to lock onto him. Then after he pops his flares, you're gonna have to instantly reload another one and lock on, and you're gonna rinse and repeat this until you run out of rockets and he's still flying around. They just don't really seem that strong overall. But if you have other engineers working with you, it can be beneficial. Now, RPGs on aircrafts, that's what I always try, like right there, because that can be pretty effective. It's only one shot if you get one. I haven't seen anybody hit a jet, but that'd be awesome. Please submit that video if you hit a jet with an RPG. I'm gonna look that up pretty soon here. Tank mines are always good too. I'm just messing around with this guy. I throw a tank mine down. He runs one over, but since I got RPGs too, it's a nice combination. You miss out on the torch, but you can lay some mines down anywhere. Use your RPG at the same time. Now this spot, like something like this wouldn't necessarily be a good place to put them. The guys are coming up the hill, they're probably going to spot them out and you're going to be screwed over. But, you know, if you put them down around a corner, you might have a better chance at it.
Oh, you are such a great grandfather.
Now, RPGs are always great. When you're on tanks, you know, you can aim for the back of them. The sides are sometimes okay if that's the only shot you have. Front is pointless for anything. But if you take them out in the back, you can get them down pretty quickly before they can even get a repair off. Which is always good. But to talk about little Johnny number 5, I like this little EOD bot. Good for, you know, zipping in and getting a plant off if you can do it. People can shoot them out pretty quick and it can be pretty hard to control. But sometimes you can do that, you can repair tanks, you can even get a kill with it if you're trying to unlock your TAR 21. So basically, that wraps it up for the engineering class. If you'd like to subscribe, that'd be great. Follow us on Twitter at FP Specialist, and go to fpspecialist.com to leave feedback and get your videos featured.